Hello everybody, it's Canadian Girl 3343. What am I doing with my hands? I don't know. So, I haven't made a video in so long. I'm sorry, and I probably lost like all my viewers now because it takes forever to post videos. But I have been insanely busy this entire summer. I was like, okay, I'm going to make a video, and I could not. I did have some time, but, I was exhausted from everything that I had done. Let me see, what did I do this summer? So, I got off of school late May 24th was the day that I got out of school. And then I had the weekend, and then the Monday after the weekend, I started my very first job in an office, and I worked there for 2 months, roughly 2 months. I worked there till the middle of July, and then for those of you who don't know or you forgot, I am living in Poland, and then so what I did was I went back to Canada to visit my family, my friends, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I can honestly say that it was the best 2 weeks of my entire life. I can't even begin to describe how amazing it was. My aunt picked me up from the airport, took me back. The flight was not that bad, except I had to connect from Poland to Frankfurt, and it was my very first time flying by myself. My parents didn't come, so I went to Frankfurt by myself, and I was there for 3 hours in between flights. My cell phone wasn't working, so I couldn't call my mom and be like, hey, yeah, I'm in Frankfurt, and I'm looking for my gate. So, for those of you who have not been to the Frankfurt airport, it is freaking complicated. I swear! So, I got off the plane, and then I basically walked. I was staying in the terminal, in the same terminal the whole time, so that was good. Because in Frankfurt, if you have to switch terminals, you have to take a train. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want to do that. But luckily I did not have to, so I got off the plane, and I walked, and I was like, wait, where do I go? Because the exit and the way for the connections was the exact same way. So I was like, okay, I'll just ask this person and pray to God that they speak English, because in Poland there's not that much English. I'm just gonna put that out there. Not very many people speak English here. So she said, you go down this hallway, and you go through this, and then you just turn, and then it's there. I was like, oh, well, thank you. And the surprising thing was I did not have to go through security a second time, and I was really happy about that, because oh my god, I hate going through security. Okay, I'm not gonna rant on that, but so I went down, it wasn't that bad, and then I was like, wait a second, it ends here, and my gate is not here, what's wrong? And then I walked up to some guy, and I smiled at him, and he smiled at me, and I felt bad, because the way he looked at me made it was kind of like he thought I was just smiling at him to be nice. Well, I was smiling at him to be nice, but I think he thought it was just a genuine smile, and he just seemed kind of disappointed that I was asking him a question. That makes sense. So I asked him, and he's like, oh yeah, you have to go down the stairs. So I did. You go down the stairs, you go through passport control, you go back up the stairs, and then there was my gate. And this lady was so mean to me. I went to the thing, and I was like, is this the gate? Is this the right gate? And then I was like, is this the flight to Ottawa? And she's like, no, this is the flight to Calgary. I was like, oh, but this is where the flight to Ottawa is supposed to be, right? And she's like, ma'am, look at the time. It's only 9 o'clock and your flight's not till 12. She started giving me hell for it. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I was like, oh, thank you very much. Sorry to bother you. I think she was just having an off day, probably. So I was so scared of missing my flight that I didn't buy any food or anything. But I did go searching to try and find a way to call my mom, and the payphone wasn't working, and my cell phone wasn't working. I was all just like, oh, what do I do now? Like, and the internet wasn't working, so I had no way to tell my mom what was going on, and she wanted to know, she wanted me to like text or call her or whatever, so she knows I didn't die or anything. And yeah, it wasn't working. And then I walked up to this really, really nice couple. They were sitting there, and I said, they were on Mac computers, and I asked them if they spoke English, and I don't know if they were American or Canadian, but they were native English speakers anyhow. And I said, do you have internet connection? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, how do you get it? And like, I can't get it on my phone. And they were so nice to me. If they watch me, like, thank you. They probably don't, like, they probably have stuff to do, and they probably don't watch teenage girls on the internet, I don't know. But I was really grateful, because they were prepared to lend me their laptop. Like, me, just a stranger, trying to contact their mom in a different country, and they were going to let me use their computer for the internet connection. And, luckily, I figured out that I could, I figured out how to get it on my computer, which I had with me, so I didn't have to borrow theirs. But I was really, really grateful that they were willing to help me. And, you know, I was not expecting that, actually. I was expecting them to be like, no, get out of my face. But they were surprisingly very nice, and it was great. And then I got to Canada, got greeted with a red velvet welcome home Katrina cake, and had Chinese food, and it was great. Watched some English television. It was a good night. And then I woke up the next morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning because I had jet lag, and yeah. But then I went and I hung out with my guy friend Ty. We spent the whole day together, and I think two hilarious things were when I got on the bus and we sat at the back, and the bus driver pulled us up because he's like, we need to show him our tickets. So we did, and I grabbed my ticket, but I thought it was something else. I thought it was a receipt, so I dropped it back in my bag, and I picked up my movie ticket from the movie we had just seen, and I said, here you go. And Ty looks at me, he's like, Katrina, that's your movie badge. And we were laughing for like 10 minutes. And then also before that, when I was buying my tickets from the store, I got the tickets and I said dziękuję, which means thank you in Polish, and the lady looks at me like, and what the hell? I'm just sorry, I live in Poland, like, I'm sorry, like, if you didn't understand that, it means thank you in Polish. And she's like, okay, carry on. And that was funny. And then, yeah, then I spent the weekend with my best friends, and it was great. It was. And then I went back to Warsaw, slept for 2 days, then I went to work, then I went to, I went to Turkey, and then I came back, and then I started my next job, supervising, people install cameras into government buildings, so that was pretty good. And then, now here we are. And I got to meet the infamous Jenny Gold. She is the sweetest person you will ever meet, and she is just amazing. She sang the song, my favorite song by her, Speed of Light. I've had it stuck in my head all day. She was on the X Factor Poland, for any of you who've watched it or want to look her up. She has her own YouTube channel, so I suggest you check it out. I'm very sorry for not making videos. in 2 days, I'm moving to Italy to go to school for the entire year. And then I graduate, and then we figure out what I do after that. I really have no idea. Zero idea of what to do for the rest of my life. I'm so unprepared. Anyway, my friend Scott is from the UK, and he is amazing. Scott, if you're watching this, shout out to you. And he is making a YouTube channel, and I'm not 100% sure what username he's going to use. We're working on suggestions, but once he makes it, I will leave a link below. Bye, I love you guys, and I hope you had an amazing summer. Leave a comment below telling me what your summer was like, because I'm interested, and it feels good to talk about experiences, I guess. So I will be seeing you, and yeah, message me if you have any problems or anything, because I'm always here to help. Remember that. I'm your online friend. I won't judge you, and I will never do anything to hurt you. I can promise you that much. And also, on my Facebook, I got a comment from someone saying that I saved their life. I wrote a status about this, but I think I should address this in the video. I did not save your life. You saved your life. I might have pushed you to, into gaining the strength, but you had the strength all along. So nobody saved your life. You always saved your own life. Remember that. You had the strength to save yourself once. You always had that strength. Remember that. And I love you, and you're amazing, and you're beautiful, and I'm so nervous for it. Oh my god. Bye, guys.
Hold on, and I hope you come through. I do. Hold your hands up. I miss you tonight. Hold your hands up. I find you when I look inside. Hold your hands up. I miss you tonight. I'm alive. When I look for you, I hope you look into your heart, and you'll know what you missed. It's not a lot to ask, just stay and make it last. Now all I am asking is this: do you ever miss me? Hold your hands up. I miss you tonight. Hold your hands up. I'll find you when I look inside. Hold your hands up. I held on, and I hope you come through. Hold your hands up. I miss you tonight. Hold your hands up. I find you when I look inside. Hold your hands up. I miss you tonight. I find you when I look inside. Hold your hands up. Hold your hands up. Do you ever miss me?
Religion is like a penis. It's great to have one, great to be proud of it, but please don't whop it out in public or try to stick it down children's throats.